position. Hands either on your knees, palms facing down, or you can flip the palms towards the ceiling. Just close your eyes, focus on your breath. And with each inhale, see if you can elongate the spine, and with each exhale, see if you can drop the shoulders down another half an inch. If you're into Ujjayi breathing, you're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth today, and just constrict the back of your throat so it sounds like the sound of crashing waves. So it'll sound like one more nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to take the shoulders up and back. Nice deep breath in as you take the shoulders up. And exhale as you take them around to the back. 2 more, inhale in. Exhale, take it around. 1 more. Go ahead and switch sides. Inhale. Exhale around to the front. Inhale up. Exhale around. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, release. Today we're going to come around to the right side. Just find little circles here, keeping your tailbone on the floor. So we're opening up the waistline, the hips a little bit, just kind of taking those circles up and around. As you feel warmer, you'll find more of a flat back forward. And on your exhale, you'll round the spine backwards. So inhale, flat back. Exhale, round. 1 more, inhale, flat back. Exhale, round. Go ahead and take it the other way. And exhale. One more. Inhale, take the gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. 1 more. Inhale, gaze towards ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. This time we'll hold. Clasp the hands behind the back of the head and give yourself a little bit of pressure so you get that stretch at the back of the neck. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, come back through center. Take your gaze over to the right, hold. The back of that left hand will find the back of that quad. Nice deep breath, straighten the spine. On your exhale, you'll find a twist towards the back wall. 2 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, maybe grabbing onto that opposite hip with the hand. 1 more nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, we'll come back through center. And take the gaze to the opposite side. Back of the right palm, we'll find the left quad. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 1 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, maybe grab onto the hip with your left hand. Release that stretch. We're going to walk the fingertips, right fingertips, till we find the forearm, keeping that left tailbone on the floor, and then maybe taking that left arm towards the ceiling or over the head. The gaze will be by the elbow. On your next exhale, push your way back through center. We'll go ahead and switch sides, walking the fingertips out to find the forearm, keeping this tailbone on the mat, taking opposite arm overhead or straight up towards the ceiling. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, close it like a book and find quadruped all fours. Take a couple cat-cows at your own pace. You'll inhale, drop the belly, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, around the spine. Again, inhale, drop the belly, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, around the spine. Inhale, neutral spine, left leg goes behind you. We're gonna rock on the ball of the foot. And then when you're ready, we'll lift with a flex foot, that leg up towards the ceiling, square off that left hip, scoop up the core, shoulders away from the ears, hold. We'll start to bend that knee out to the side and take really exaggerated hip circles, opening up the hip flexors. We'll take one more, and then go ahead and take it the other way. Go ahead and lengthen that leg one more time. This time bend the leg. Option to stay here or take the right arm right overhead. Or you could find the balance, reach back for that shoelace. Maybe you're only grabbing the toes, or maybe you're able to kick into that leg, opening up the back. Gaze goes up towards the ceiling. We have 3 more breaths here. If it feels nice, you can take your gaze towards that right shoulder. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, release. This time we're going to take the right fingertips off to that diagonal. So just kind of shifting the right hand forward into the right a little more. We're going to shift the right toes towards the side. We'll open up that hip. Option to stay here, or you can take left arm towards the ceiling, or you can grab onto that shoelace. Same side this time. Kick into that back leg and take your gaze towards the left shoulder. One more nice deep breath in. And exhale back to center. Maybe wag the tail side to side. Shoot the right leg back. Start to rock back and forth on the tippy toes. And then take a nice deep breath. On your exhale, float that leg towards the sky. Square off that right hip. Scoop up the core. Shoulders away from the ears. On your next exhale, bend that leg. We'll start to take those exaggerated hip circles up and around towards the elbow. And then go ahead and take it the other way. Elongate that leg behind you again. Then maybe left arm comes overhead. Maybe you bend the leg and hold here. Or you can grab back for that right shoelace. Maybe kick into the hand, open up the back. Gaze goes towards the ceiling in front of you or over towards that left shoulder. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, back to all fours, but this time left hand's gonna move out to the side. You're gonna turn the left toes out to the side as well. Stack the hips. Maybe right arm comes overhead, or you grab for that shoelace. Kick into that hand, opening up the hip. Maybe gaze goes over the right shoulder. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, back through center. Curl the toes, pike up the hips, your first downward facing dog. So you're gonna start with the micro bend in the legs, getting the stretch in the back. Push through the fingertips. And then if you'd like, you can play with straightening the legs, bending them again, pushing the heels in towards the mat, getting the stretch behind the hamstrings and calves, and then back into the back. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to crisscross the feet towards your hands. But this time, I'm just going to turn this way so you can see me. You'll widen the toes, about a foot space between the heels, so like a first position. Find your prayer, sink the butt really low, Malasana. So if this is too much for you, you can take your fingertips to the floor, maybe stay on the tops of the toes if you're feeling really tight. Otherwise, chest is really tall, butt's really low. You're using the elbows to open up the inner thighs and the hips. If it feels safe on your knees, you can give yourself a little sway. Option to take the fingertips straight in front of you and just hold here, or if you want, we can find a crow. So you're just going to take your gaze further than you want, about 2 feet in front of your fingertips. You'll rest the knees above on the triceps and see if you can kick up to find your balance. If that's too much today, you can just rock forward and back. The key is going to be looking further forward than you want to, keeping the hips higher than you want to. And then when you're ready, we'll come back through Malasana. Take the hands to the floor, turn the toes parallel, pike up the hips. Walk the hands over to that right side. Maybe give your knee a little kiss. Option to stay or bend that left leg. Maybe reach right arm towards the ceiling. Maybe grab for that hip. And release that stretch. Walk it over to the opposite side. Option to stay or take that plie in that right leg. Or maybe lift that opposite arm towards the ceiling. Reach back for that hip. Release that stretch. We'll heel toe the feet together. We'll walk it up to the front of our mats. Take a nice deep breath, floating the arms above the head. And on your exhale, hands directly by your side, palms facing your front, feet hip width distance apart. Close your eyes, just breathe. Making sure your weight is evenly distributed between the right foot and the left. Good. Feet are going to stay where they are. We'll open our eyes, float the arms above the head. Nice deep breath in. On your exhale, swan dive forward. Uttanasana. Inhale up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. You can step or jump your way back to your first high palm plank. Hands directly under shoulders. We'll shift the weight forwards, elbows right by the side. At this point, you can drop the knees if it's too much. We'll hold for one breath. Exhale, curl the toes. Inhale, just a half cobra here. Exhale, curl the toes, pike up the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump your way up to Uttanasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, float the arms above the head. Exhale, float them by your side. Good. We'll do two more a little bit faster, and if you want to get higher on that cobra, you can, or find your upward facing dog, if that feels nice. So you'll inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk or jump back to that high palm plank. Exhale, shift the weight forward, chaturanga. Exhale, fall to the floor, curl the toes. Inhale, high cobra or up dog, meaning taking the knees off of the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump your way up to Uttanasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, float the arms above the head. Exhale, hands by your side. Good. One more time, let's take it. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Exhale, surrendering forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, surrender forward. Inhale, step or jump your way to a high palm plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or jump your way back to Uttanasana. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, hands by your side. Good. Stay facing the way you are. I'm just turning this way so you can see me better. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, shoot the butt back. Scoop up the core a lot. Good. Chair pose, tiny pulses down for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, hold. Walk toes and heels together. Make sure knees stay totally in line with each other. Hands to prayer. We'll take a left elbow to the outside of that right leg, making sure your knees don't shift side to side. Pressing your prayer to heart center, maybe taking your gaze towards the ceiling. So you have the option to stay here, or you can splay the arms out towards the floor and ceiling, or you can step that opposite leg back into a low lunge. One more nice deep breath here. On your exhale, you'll try, without falling out of it, to retrace your steps. Back through center, arms overhead, staying low. Good. Exhale, hands to prayer. We'll go ahead and switch sides. Option to stay here, or you can splay the arms towards floor, ceiling, or step the opposite leg back down to a lunge. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, we'll go ahead and retrace those steps. Hands overhead. Straighten those legs. Good. We're going to step left leg backwards, warrior one. Squaring your hips towards your front knee. If you need to cheat it, you'll take the left leg out to the side so you can get that left hip forwards. One more nice deep breath here. On your exhale, we'll open it up, warrior two. Flip the front palm, right leg stays where it is. Take it up and over towards the back. Gaze is towards the right elbow. Nice deep breath. On your exhale, we'll right it back to that warrior two. Right elbow's gonna find the quad. Thumb and pointer finger come together. Left arm comes overhead. We hold for 3 breaths. Option to stay, or splay out those hands, or reach underneath the hamstring for the opposite hand. Find your full bind. If you're in a full bind and you want to add a challenge, Birds of Paradise, I don't know if I've got it today, but you'll step the left leg in and then work your way up to a balance, which I know Brianna always has. Good, yes, Becca. And then you have the option to stay, or you can straighten that leg. Good. And then without falling out of it, you'll try to retrace your steps. Back to that elbow, finding your quad. And exhale back to that warrior two. Shorten your stance, warrior one position, but clasp the hands behind your back. Nice deep breath in. On your exhale, humble warrior. Good. Left hand is going to find right foot, so inside of right foot. You're gonna turn on the toes, so you're in a low lunge. From here, we'll take that right arm towards the ceiling. You have the option to stay, or you can find your side plank. If you're in your side plank, option to stay, or lift the hips up another inch and find your tree. Or with your peace fingers, you'll grab onto that big toe, lift that leg long and strong towards the sky. 3, 2, 1. Come back through your high pump plank. Rajajam that right leg out to the side. Drop the knee. Turn the toes out, lizard pose. We're going to walk out to our forearms. Gaze stays in front of us. On your exhale, find your palms. Take that Rajajam all the way around. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. Right leg steps in between the hands. Arms overhead, low lunge. Maybe a tiny pulse down. On your next exhale, left leg finds passe, so you'll lift for 2, right back down to that low lunge for 2. 2 more. Hold here. Instead of lunging, take the arms and legs in opposition, warrior 3. If you need to grab onto a chair or a countertop, you can. Tiny pulses up with that back leg. For 6, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the hands find the floor. Find your standing split. Doesn't have to be very high. One more nice deep breath. On your exhale, you're going to bend the right leg a lot. You're going to not Rajajam, but just curl the toes, take it back as far as possible. On the top of the knee, climb up to the top of that thigh, squeeze the butt cheek here. Option to stay or interlace the fingers, take it overhead. One more nice deep breath. On your exhale, we'll take the fingertips to either side of that right leg. Flex your front heel, nose up and over your knee. Option to stay, or we'll take one more rock forward. And on your rock back, we can find your splits. If you're in a split, better than I am, you're going to twist towards that right side so that you can have more of a squared off left hip. When you're ready, you'll curl the toes, bring that knee back in, Rajajam that right leg all the way around. Curl the toes, plank up the hips, downward facing dog. Step right leg in between the hands again, but this time we'll swivel on that left heel, finding a nice side lunge. Option to keep your fingertips on the floor, or hands in prayer, or hands overhead. Good. Fingertips back to the floor. Turn the toes parallel. Nice deep breath, flat back. On your exhale, you'll take that forward fold. Option to take the fingertips underneath the legs, eventually allowing the head to find the mat. One more nice deep breath here. On your exhale, your fingertips will come towards left side. Turn the left foot out. Rock over on that heel. Maybe fingertips stay on the floor, or you can find your prayer, or take arms overhead. One more nice deep breath here. On your exhale, arms float back down. We'll curl the toes, find our high lunge. And then see if you can push off the left leg to find Tadasana on that opposite side. Close your eyes, focus on your breath. Good. Ahead. This time we're going to step the right leg behind us. Warrior one on the opposite side. Squaring off that right hip. One more nice deep breath on your exhale. We'll open it up, warrior two. One more nice deep breath. Flip the palm, reverse warrior. Left leg stays where it is. Eyes towards the left elbow. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, pointer and thumb come together, right arm comes overhead. Maybe you take that right arm overhead here and stay. Maybe you splay out the hands so it's reaching towards the ceiling and floor. Maybe you reach back for that half bind, or maybe you grab under that hamstring for a full bind. Option is stay or step that right leg in. Take your time finding your balance. Nice, you guys. And then option is stay here, or you can straighten that left leg if you've got it. Yes! And then try to retrace your steps. So you'll stay in that bind, gaze overhead, splay out the hands, elbow finds the knee, overhead, nice deep breath in here. On your exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, take hips parallel, move the feet, take the arms behind the back, nice deep breath in. On your exhale, peaceful warrior. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, right hand finds the inside of that left foot. We'll reach the left arm towards the ceiling. Option is stay, or you can find your side plank from here. If you're in your side plank, lift the hips up 1 more inch. Option to stay, or take that left leg above the knee, tree pose. Or take your peace fingers to that big toe and straighten the leg off to the side. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, we'll go through our high palm plank. Rondage on that left leg out to the side. Uncurl the toes, knee finds the floor. Walk the fingertips out. Lizard pose. Gaze stays 2 feet above the fingertips. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, we'll climb up to the palms. We'll rondage down that leg all the way around. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg towards the ceiling. Inhale. On your exhale, step in between your hands. Maybe take arms overhead, low lunge. If it feels nice, we'll take a tiny pulse for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding a balance, passe for 2. And then arms overhead, low lunge 2. And inhale, passe. And exhale, low lunge. One more time, inhale, passe. Exhale, low lunge. We'll inhale, passe. Exhale, reaching arms and legs in opposition, warrior 3. Maybe pulse up that back leg. One more nice deep breath on your exhale. Hands find the floor. We'll kick it up a little higher if you've got it. exhale, we'll bend the left leg a lot. Scooch that right leg behind us. Uncurl the toes, walk up to the tops of the thigh. Option to stay or interlace the fingers, arms overhead. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, float the fingertips to either side of that left leg, flex the front heel, nose up and over your knee. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, elongate that left leg one more time. Option to stay, or you can scooch that right leg back a lot and find your split. One more nice deep breath here. On your exhale, curl the toes, move that knee back underneath your hip. Rondage on the leg all the way around. Curl the toes, pike up the hip, downward facing dog. And then walk your feet up to meet the hands. Feet hip width distance apart here. You can release head, neck, upper back. Maybe grab opposite elbows, gently rock side to side. Shake your head yes and no. And then take a slight bend in the legs as you roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders up and back. Good. So we got one balance challenge before we stretch out the glutes, get into the abs, and get into our back opener, and then we'll be done. So you're gonna grab onto the right shoelace like a quad stretch. Option to take a left arm overhead. Good. Option to stay here if this is enough for you, or to make it a little bit harder, you're going to see if you can take your gaze side to side. Good. Back through center. We're going to reach the left arm forward, kick a lot like we did in quadruped into that right leg into your hand, taking your time, reaching forward, dancer pose. Brianna, you got it. And exhale, back up through center. And inhale, release. Good, you guys take your time. If you want to give that one more try on the same side, you can. So let's take the same right foot into your hand. Good. Reach the opposite arm forward. And then you want to kick at the same time as you reach towards the, yes, good Becca. Good Brianna. Good Nick. Ah. Amazing. And then go ahead and take your time reversing that order until you're on both of your legs. Shake it out. That looks good, Brianna. Whew. Just playing. Good. We'll go ahead and switch sides. Grab onto the left shoelace. Stay for a little quad stretch. Right arm comes overhead. So I think the trick is to just stay playful, not judge yourself, and kind of just focus on one spot. And even when you turn your gaze side to side, if you pick a spot pretty quickly with intention to focus on, instead of letting the eyes kind of wander, it's a little bit easier. And one side might be easier than the other. You'll focus on a spot straight in front of you. Right arm comes towards the wall. You're going to simultaneously kick left foot into left palm, arching the back, breathing. And one more nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, you'll reverse those steps. until you're back on both of your legs. Good, we'll try that left side one more time and then we'll take it down to the mat. So grab onto the left shoelace, right arm reaches overhead. We'll reach towards the front and kick, woo! Kick leg into the hand. One more nice deep breath in on your exhale. We'll reverse the steps and come back to your feet. Good. Let's roll down on the mat. We're going to grab behind the backs of the legs and just give ourselves a little rock and roll. On each rock and roll, you're going to see if you can hold a boat pose in between. So just to warm up, we'll just kind of have fun rocking forward and back, giving the lower back a little bit of a massage. And then as you feel more comfortable, you'll engage the core, try to hold boat. And then you'll take yourself for a little rock and roll again. And when you're ready, you'll hold boat. And maybe each time it gets a little bit longer. Until we're all holding this position. So you have the option to keep the hands to the backs of the thighs, or if you feel comfortable, you can take the arms straight up towards the toes, or you can straighten the legs a lot. For 3 breaths. One more nice deep breath in. Instead of falling out of it, I want you to come to a hover. So arms overhead or reaching towards the toes. Hovering toes about a foot off the floor. We'll take a couple flutter kicks for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take your knees in your palms, give your hips a little bit of a massage. And then when it feels okay, you'll go ahead and reverse it. Good, we'll cross the left leg over right, find a figure 4, use that left elbow to open up that hip flexor. And exhale, release. We'll go ahead and switch sides. Right ankle crosses left knee, figure 4, using the elbow to open up the inner thigh. On your next exhale, both feet will find the floor. You'll measure it out with your fingertips to see how far your heels should be away. So your fingertips should just barely graze your heels. We'll wiggle the shoulders underneath our back, clasp the hands behind our back, and then take a nice deep breath on your exhale. We'll reach the hips towards the sky. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, unclasp the hands, roll vertebrae by vertebrae down back to the mat. If you have lower back issues, you'll do that 2 more times. Otherwise, we're going to think about the same thing, wiggling the shoulders underneath our back, but before that, we'll kick up into our shoulder stand, grab under the back for support, and see if we can get the toes really straight, or as straight as we think is possible from this perspective. Option to stay, or you can take it overhead, either keeping the legs straight one and then the other, or if it feels better, you can bend the knees, reach the hands towards the opposite wall, close your eyes. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, we'll grab the lower back, bend the legs, and use the abs to help safely roll us back down till our feet found the mat. Maybe we knock the knees for a second to decompress the lower back. And then we'll gently take windshield wipers right and left. If that aggravated the lower back, that's a really intense stretch, then I want you to just hold here with knocked knees and just breathe into it. Otherwise, we're either going to find a bridge one more time or we're going to go into a full wheel. So you'll take your hands right by the ears. We'll press hands and feet into the mat together until we press up into our wheel. The goal would to be eventually having straight legs with knees together. I'm obviously not there. I have really tight shoulders, so I'm going to rock my head in between the hands as much as possible to open up the shoulders. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. And on your next exhale, we'll roll back down to the mat. Windshield wipe the knees side to side. Using the abs, we'll bring the knees in towards the chest. Option across, left knee over right if you want a deeper twist, or we can just keep knees side to side. We'll go ahead and float knees to the right side. Find goalpost arms and take your gaze to the left. One more nice deep breath in. On your exhale, use your abs to bring the knees back through center. All the way over to the left side, gaze over to the right. And then when you're ready, we'll use the abs to bring the knees back towards center. Palms facing up towards your side. If you have a finicky lower back, keep your feet flat on the floor with knees bowed in towards each other, or you can straighten the legs, full Shavasana. Close your eyes. See if you can relax the muscles in between your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. Make sure there's space between the back of your teeth. Relax the muscles around the ears. Ask the shoulders to sink into the mat another ½ an inch on your next exhale. See if you can release any tension down the arms and the fingertips. With each breath, see if you can get deeper towards the pelvis, and on your exhale, your whole pelvis will sink almost underneath the mat, like an inch below the floor. Release the hips, the quads, the calves, and your feet. Feel how you are supported by the floor. ready, you can wiggle the toes and the fingers. Eyes still closed, find your fetal position slowly. Position of safety. And then taking your time, you'll press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. You can take your hands to prayer. Take a nice deep breath. Take your prayer to your third eye. On your exhale, we'll bow forward, thanking our bodies for today's practice. Maybe sending some love to someone who needs it. Namaste. Thank you guys.